Hey there, JQ here. Today I wanted to chat with you a little bit about how to go about playing a lick in all 12 keys. Now, it doesn't have to be a lick. It can be any sort of pattern that you're trying to adopt into your own playing and you're improvising. So the basic things that you need to get started are the pattern you're trying to learn and what chord it is played over. It's good to start simple here if you haven't really done this before, but the main thing is to be able to think of this pattern of notes in terms of scaled degrees, right? So that basically just means what number in the scale based on the chord or chords that you're playing the pattern over. So I'm going to use a really simple example, but a really nice one. It's from a solo that I recently transcribed for an article analyzing this particular solo of Lester Young's. He's playing on All of Me on a recording with Billie Holiday. And he has a couple measures of pickup notes, and then at the very top of the form, which is a major chord, he plays this. So it's just a really simple, nice sounding pattern. Starts on the root or 1, right? If we're thinking in scale degree numbers. Then it goes down to the 6th below the root, back up to the root, back up to up from there, sorry, to the 3rd, and then up to the 5th above that, back down to the 3rd and back down to the root. And the rhythm has a nice variation in it. It's just a nice tasteful thing to play over a major chord. It would work over a major 7th chord or over a lot of dominant chords as well, because he doesn't play any specific type of 7th in this. When I'm starting to transpose that into some other keys, then basically all I need to do is start out with what the chord is for the new key. Okay, so the first time he plays it in concert F. So let's say I'm now going to transpose that to B flat. So I just have to think, okay, well, when I started in F, I started on the root, on the 1. So when I go to B flat, I'm also going to start on the 1, and that's going to be B flat in this situation. So from there, the sequence goes 1, 6, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, right? So I'm just going to figure out what those notes are in B flat. Now, if we're thinking in terms of scale degree numbers, we're going to be using, we want to make sure any of the numbers that we're using are natural or flat or sharp. Well, in this case, they're all natural, right? It's 1 natural 6th, 1 natural 3rd or major 3rd, 5th, which is also natural, back to the 3rd and then back to the root. So for that, it makes it simple. So we can basically think of all notes from this B flat major scale when we're trying to figure out what those are. So B flat going down to the 6th, that's going to be what? G, right? The G below that B flat. We'll go back up to B flat for the 1. What's the 3rd of B flat? D, that's correct. Then the 5th is F, back down to D, back down to B flat. So we do this basically for every key. Now, in this case, all the notes happen to be in the major scale, so that keeps it simple, but you just use the same process if there are accidentals going on in your line, right? But it's great to just practice doing this in every key. You probably can already play your major scales in all the keys, so this is kind of the next step. Let's play it in a couple more keys just so you can get a sense for how to do this, all right? So now I'm going to play it in concert E flat and then concert A flat, okay? So there you go. That's the basic idea. So let me know if you have any questions or if anything's unclear about this process for you. Now, one last thing that I'll add is it's really helpful to imagine the chord while you're playing the line. Once you've figured it out in one key, see if you can play it and at the same time see in your mind the name of that chord while you're playing it. Okay, that's just going to help you in the long term connect this bit of language to a particular type of chord. All right, so that's it for today. If you'd like to check out that article about the Lester Young solo, that is linked down below. And keep in touch, keep practicing, and stay well. So long.